So this video is basically about what I think of manifestation. That concept that seems to have spread like wildfire around the world, or at least here in America, as far as I can see. It's inspired by a video that I saw. I was trying to make a short about this, by the way, and for some reason the sound wouldn't work. And I tried fiddling with it, but it didn't seem to work. So I'm going to just make a bit longer of a video talking about this. So I'm going to be a bit open and say that I was a person who realized that the normal avenues of experiencing a good life were not working. They just weren't. And my understanding of the world had been severely shattered because what was constructed around me was not for me. It didn't belong to me. And that's a whole story in and of itself anyway. But I was a person who needed to break away from religion, regular schooling, regular experiences altogether. And thankfully, I was able to do so and, take the time to heal and everything. But in the midst of that, I discovered the concept of manifestation. And I went through a period of magical thinking, which, by the way, I completely understand why that's a thing. And I completely understand the importance of weaving magic into our lives. Spontaneity, things that are miracles, which I actually just see as events that were once seemingly impossible, but now have become normalized. And, this whole video, by the way, is inspired by a creator who I was watching who talked about the importance of your actions in terms of manifestation. And the way she described it was simply making a decision and then taking the actions necessary for that decision to happen. And then, of course, in the comment section, it inspired a whole big discussion because she was, pretty, she did not appear to believe in the concept of the universe taking control, right? And she even called the universe Sky Daddy, which is a new term I've never heard before. And I left a comment agreeing with her. And I think her channel's name is YV_edit. But that was just an idea that I agreed with. And it's because I've spent years just holding myself up and effectively handing over my agency and my ability to discern. Because I just couldn't. I didn't have the capacity to really do that beyond a certain level, just enough to get by, but not enough to form complex understanding of certain choices to make, like what kind of relationship or romantic relationship I wanted, or even figuring out the basics that come before that. Excuse me. And so here's what I think. Here's what I think. With all the years I spent doing that without understanding the importance of making my own choices, you know, excuse me, without see, here's the thing that I notice many people don't seem to get. When it comes to this idea of manifestation, is that the ability to discern, to make choices, to have agency, to weigh your options, to sense opportunities as they come, to take those opportunities as they come. And not in a weird, creepy way. I'm talking about just when you see a good thing coming, you go for it because you're ready for it. Logic, just logic and common sense. They're not limiting, they're tools. They help you pick the best path. And yes, spontaneous things happen, crazy things happen. They do. And I actually think that once you've changed your beliefs, done the inner work to get to a place where you're ready for certain things, they do show up, because I actually think personally that you just carry yourself differently. It opens up another state of awareness. I hate using those terms because it alienates a lot of people. But when you do the inner work and your beliefs change as a result of that, you carry yourself differently, and then things seemingly spontaneously happen. And I personally will keep certain beliefs to myself because they're not up for discussion. They're mine. But the logical part for me is so necessary. If you want to get anywhere in life, to me, it's important to remember the gifts you have of logic, agency, and discernment, i.e. your free will, the choices you make, and your ability to weigh what is available to you. And then, the rest can be tied to that, or, everyone has their own process. The most important thing I've learned out of that exploration of that philosophy of manifestation is you can in my case, I wanted to have certain things, but I wasn't ready for them. I could try all I wanted to be ready for them, but if something was contradicting or something needed my attention first, I had more work to do. And I'm saying this mid-process too, because it's something that I think that we all need to learn is there are choices that you want and there are choices that you're ready for. And there's the in-between where you have to learn and understand the difference. And also, sometimes it's a good thing to stop and rest from just trying to get a result or trying to get anything. Sometimes it's okay that you have decision fatigue. And sometimes it's okay that you can't make any choices right now beyond, I don't know, what's for dinner, or the decision to just rest in bed. It's okay that your capacity for choices isn't very big if that's where you're at right now. It will grow. I can recall a point where I couldn't even make the choice to get out of bed, and eventually I was able to make my way to the bathroom to freshen myself up. And then eventually I was able to do a whole, more expanded routine to take care of my body. A whole bath and shower and moisturizing routine. And I did that for years, but then I drifted away from it because of mental health struggles. But then eventually I reaccrued an expanded capacity to make bigger and bigger decisions. And I just gave myself the grace to take care of what needed my attention the most first. So that's the biggest takeaway, I think, is, are you ready for the choice you want to make? And then things start to happen because you're ready for it. The means by which it happens is not your concern. Just participate in it. Thinking good thoughts and having good beliefs is very important for your own inner peace. But so is doing what you need to do to participate in that change, practically speaking. What choices can you make? It kind of reminds me of, I forget which exact movie it was, but maybe it was Matrix Revolutions. One of the Matrix films where Neo is sitting with the Oracle on the park bench, and she says to him, "You're not here because you want to make a choice. You've already made it." The reason that you're here is that you want to understand why you made that choice. That's not an exact quote, but that's mainly what she said. And so the more you understand your choice, the more likely it is to happen. There is no separation between you and this process, or what some in alchemist circles would call the great work. You are the great work. So, in being the great work, understand what you're ready for and be okay with it. And then, if you aren't happy with what's available to you, what choices can you make to get closer to that or to be there? Neville Goddard said, "No one to change but self." And I do everything I can to live by that. Whether or not these teachings are proven, I just know they help me. Whether or not we can prove that certain things work and certain things don't, I just know that they work for me. It's part of the process to also get to know yourself. So I guess the simplest way to summarize all of this is I cannot speak for the greater operations of the universe, but I can speak from my human perspective. And I think it's a gift. It's a gift to have logic, agency, choices, and discernment. And you should use them whenever you can. Don't just leave it up to some unseen force. So, if you liked my thoughts and my end of day appearance, please feel free to leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you want to help boost this video so it's more visible to people who may need to hear what I am saying here. If you found this helpful, feel free to share it too. And I hope that you are having a lovely time wherever you are, and that if you are not, that you find love and peace in your own process. Good night, everybody.